One thing that really struck me about Andersonville when I moved to Chicago was that it had much more of a small town feel than a lot of the other neighborhoods in the city. It's so walkable.
Because everyone sort of knows each other. There's the mom and pop stores, and when you go in the store, everyone knows you. It's got that sort of small village and a world-class city aspect to it.
Obviously, the Swedish background is unique to me. We have lived in the neighborhood for about 20 years, and so I've seen it changing over the time. I love the fact that it's changing into a multicultural neighborhood, but we still have the Swedish connection and the Swedish sort of settlement that makes it a little different than many of the other neighborhoods in Chicago.
I think most of the customer we know here, we know. They are not just customer we know. We talk, we discuss how things, we know each other. Most of the customer, I can say, we know each other. Then you are just part of the area. That's it, you're just part of it.
The different types of restaurants, the large gay and lesbian population, all of the great stores, all the places to go out and get a drink. I do like to go out and have a drink or two.
Well, probably the bars.
I think Andersonville itself offers a unique diversity of small businesses that helps support the community. So you don't really need to venture out of the community to do your everyday sort of task of from dry cleaning to haircut to restaurants, entertainment.
I love all the variety of small, locally owned stores, businesses, restaurants.
I thought it was a great neighborhood because the diversity here, the small town feel, really felt like the people in the neighborhood really supported the restaurants that were already here.
When I saw Andersonville, I just fell in love with the charm of the shops in the street. It was very pedestrian-friendly. Moved to the neighborhood, and then what a perfect place to put a Hamburger Mary's in Chicago in Andersonville.
Some of my favorite things about Andersonville, the farmers market, which we're at right now, is definitely one of my favorites. Countdown, in the spring to when the farmers market starts. I love Midsummerfest that we have every year.
You can also come around in October for our annual Arts Weekend and our dessert crawl. In May we have a wine walk. Around the holiday time we have St. Portman's Goose Day and the Santa Lucia Festival and all sorts of other festivals that pay homage to our Swedish heritage.
I really like clothes, so I love his stuff. But I also like the Brown Elephant for thrift store finds. I like to mix and match.
Women and Children First Bookstore is a specialty store in some respects. We started as a feminist and children's bookstore specialty. We do focus on books by and about women and great children's books. And children's books that feature strong girl characters.
I live in Andersonville. I live a block away from my store. And the most amazing thing, I find that most of the store owners here live within like a 5 or 6 block radius of their store. To me, it kind of harkens back to the days of the shopkeeper above the store mentality.
The scale of the street is what's important. It's 66 feet from building to building. The buildings are all 2 to 3 stories high. And it's that scale that gives it sort of a village quality. You go to other places in the city and it spreads out and the buildings are a little lower and it just doesn't have that sense of space that Andersonville has. Plus all the little shops, the little details, the signage, the trees, the sidewalk cafes, all of that adds to the charm to create a sense of place.
Since the recession has hit, a lot of neighbors and people who come and shop in the neighborhood have been spending less, but they've still been spending locally. Even though people say that they're spending less, they're saying, I really want to spend what I do spend at my neighborhood businesses.
We're showcasing sustainability, that being green and living sustainably and trying to do our best to live that way, that it's really a priority here.
And then as we've moved forward, I think the eco component has been more and more visible. The fact that we have recycling bins up and down the street, I think is fantastic. I don't know of any other places around Chicago that have that. And the whole green eco certification that the businesses can go through is just another way to show people that we're really serious about being eco-conscious around here.
In honor of Green Week, we're doing, and it's also our 1-year anniversary of our brewery, we are making our first all-organic beer called Mary's Blonde Bombshell. We are a 3-star certified business with Eco Andersonville. We're in the process of getting nationally certified by Green Restaurant Association. So we try to lower our footprint our carbon footprint as much as possible.
People plant flowers, they pick up the trash, they just take care of their spaces and make it all inviting and wonderful to walk around amongst.
Also, when you arrive in Andersonville, you'll just get a sense that you've come someplace different. Andersonville has a very small scale, it feels very personable, and you'll also just see that each store feels like it's somebody's love, like somebody has a passion for having that store there because they're so well taken care of, and you'll also see stores that you won't find anywhere else.
You get to know everybody in the neighborhood, you get to know the merchants, and we work together, and everybody's happy here. I go to other neighborhoods, I don't see them happy. But over here, they're very happy. The merchant, the people, even the dogs.
It's just the collection that makes Andersonville, Andersonville. The small shops, the fact that they're all little shops, and the fact that there's no little big chains here is a big key, and that there's not a lot of gaps in the street here, meaning that you lose the sort of village sense of place, is really key to Andersonville. Go Andersonville.